Come on, man. I'm about to cut this shit.
All right, all
All
right.
right. All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Drew's Projects. We got Aaron back on for the part two of the Financially Free podcast, man. The last one we talked a lot about crypto. And this one, man, we're going to
Yeah,
go from personal to music and everything else that we thought we were going to talk about in the last one. But, without further ado, I know I introduced you in the last one, man. But basically, where we left off, I want to say was with my boss that was a little
right.
bit older and how much time she put into work and she wasn't really getting paid out. And really anything, man. Like she's underappreciated and man, we couldn't imagine living a lifestyle like that.
Yeah, I think I kind of like made up my mind already. Like I had this thought like when I was younger. It's like, bro, like you mentioned, it was like, bro, you have one life. Like there's no way I'm gonna wake up every day spending my one life that I have doing
Hmm.
something that I don't want to do. Like it's not possible, bro. Like you need to beat the odds and make it like a priority to get yourself out of that position. Like you can't just let it rule you for the rest of your life, bro. Like people probably are like, "Oh, it's easier said than done." It's like, bro, like that's the whole point. You appreciate it more whenever you work harder and beat the odds because you put yourself in the position to get out of that. You know what I mean?
No, I get
But
you
I
for
mean,
sure.
like for she's you said she's an older lady, so it's like they didn't really
Yeah.
have like you know the investing back. I mean, they did, but it wasn't heavy like how it was. Like now, there's a million ways to get paid, and like they weren't brought up that way, which is you know what I mean. It's reasonable, you know what I mean. But
Hmm.
now I think it's easier now to kind of dive into other things like that.
No, for sure, bro. And that's what I noticed is, well, also, yeah, I mean, she's like 62, I think, or 61. I forgot how old she
Damn.
is. She's a little bit older, man. She's up there, but yeah, but so I mean, you got to think about that. Like back then, what is that, 1960s ish, 19 late 1950s, and it's like, bro, it's definitely different opportunities, like you said. But yeah, I think I'm in the same boat, man. I made up my mind. I know what I want, and I know the lifestyle that I want. And I feel like right now, at this age, 23, it's like trial and error to try to figure out how to make that money and how to make it happen. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like we were talking about some of the future goals and beyond mindset. Like, what are like some specific things? I know you had mentioned like retiring your mom, retiring yourself, family vacations, future wife, future house, future car. But like specifically, like we'll say this for instance, like what are some things that you want in your future partner to have that you think will help you take you to the next level and kind of keep you grounded?
As in like my wife.
Yeah, like what are some qualities
Um.
you look for?
Really, like, I mean, you see it every day, or like at least every weekend or every week. Girls our age, they're going out, they're partying, drinking,
Mm-hmm.
screaming. Like it's like, bro, it's the same thing. And then you see the girls with the bottles, and then they're like this in the club.
Hitting
I'm
that hoe.
like, bro,
Hitting that hoe, bro.
like you don't like, you know what I mean? Like if I see
Mm-hmm.
that, I'm like already like, nah, whatever. She's just like
Yeah.
everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I mean, okay, there's two things, right? Because if you really like a girl, you can kind of manage how you teach her in
Mm-hmm.
a way. So it's like you can better her, and in a way that'll be more attractive to her. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
or you find a really good, solid girl, and she has a lot of attributes that you like, whether it be not drinking, not smoking, a virgin, or she goes to church a lot, or she's heavily invested into religion. Like things of those things of that is like very important, but you know what I mean, sometimes like if everybody has their flaws. So I mean, I've
Mm-hmm.
tried it before. I've met a female where she's like she doesn't have her shit together. She's drinking, getting drunk every week. She's going out on weekdays. She's like she's a loser, all right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like trying to tell her like, "Bro, this is what you need to do. This is this and you know what I mean? And you can try and change her and like it temporarily she would change, but it's like it's kind of difficult, you know what I mean, to try and get her to change. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it could go either one or two ways. You can either meet someone that you really like and change her, and you know what I mean, and help her better herself, or you can meet somebody that has like a lot of attributes and that you like, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I wouldn't expect her to be like on the same level as me, but at least like have her finances good. You know what I mean? She manages her money well. She doesn't drink. She has respect for herself. Like she doesn't have freaking bikini pictures all over her Instagram. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
No, yeah,
I
yeah.
think I think it plays a big part, bro. Social media has really gone left on, you know what I mean, with relationships. They don't go hand in hand with each other.
No, for sure, bro. And I think, I mean, yeah, he said it all right there. From the girls going side to side in the club to just kind of
Yeah,
sort of what the people are after nowadays, man. And I've met a few, and I took a break for like a year probably, and really try to get it together. Probably a little under a
yeah,
year, and like you can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped, and not a lot of people our age have it together. Actually, majority of the people our age don't have it together. You'll have your select few, you know, just like anything else, but
yeah.
it's very, very rare today to find a girl with all of those qualities. And if you do, like you said, I mean, everybody has their flaws. So I feel like you have to pick and choose. And I mean, there's always the choice of being patient and just waiting, working on yourself, and letting God do His work behind closed doors. And you know, everything will fall into place. But I definitely agree. There's certain qualities for sure that I've either found, and there's other things that I really don't like, or maybe we just don't click. But I'm sure it'll all come together. And at the end of the day, you just want to make sure that that person brings out the best in you, and they not only it's not one sided that you push them, but that they also push you and motivate you as well.
Yeah, yeah, I think that plays a big part, but I think as a man, like you need to like I said before, like improve her and kind of make her involved because one, if she sees that and recognizes that, she'll stay around. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Two, she'll actually change for the better and she'll change her life and the people around her. What I mean by that is if we were to have a daughter, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now she can teach what I was telling her, you know what I mean? Or she generates new ideas and is like, hey, this is how you're supposed to carry yourself. When I met your dad, woo, I was doing this and he helped me change for the better. And then now she can pass it along and you know what I mean? If we had a daughter or something like that, I don't know, then she would pass it down to her. But I remember I had this girl on Snapchat and she was like just always just posting her getting drunk, like you know what I mean, her yelling and being drunk, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
bro. And I slid up and I was like, I mean, I've met her like once or twice, so I don't know her like you know what I mean, where I'm like, oh yeah, like that we're linking up and stuff like that. Like I just have her on Snap and I've seen her in public like once or twice, and I was telling her like, dude, like you need to have your priorities straight. Like that's not something that people want to see all the time. And then I told her it was like, of course, like I'm not trying to boss you around or tell you what to do, but I'm trying to help you. You know what I mean? Give you a little different point of view on how you should carry yourself. Like that's important how you carry yourself. You're not supposed to be sloppy like that. That's janky, bro. Like you don't do
Mm-hmm.
that. Like that like if my mom were to see that, she's gonna be like, okay, like what the hell?
Yeah,
Like,
bro.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and so when I was telling her that, she's like, get the fuck off my shit. Like you're a weirdo. Like trying to tell me what to do, all this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then I explained like I kind of like a paragraph or two on like what I was trying to do. Like, hey, dude, like I'm trying to help you. And but I think before that, like briefly, I was trying to get her to become closer with God and try and send her scriptures and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I brought that up and stuff. And I was like, dude, I'm just trying to help you. Like, you need somebody that's mature that's gonna tell you your wrongs and stuff. And then at the end of the conversation, she really liked me. Like she was
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, like you know what I mean? And she was trying to like um link up and stuff like that and because she wanted to see like what else that I can provide to her on a
Yeah.
mental space. And I don't know, it was kind of just funny how that worked because like I said, you need to be that person to where if people think of you, they need to be like, okay, when I get around him, like he's gonna give me some good insiders or good tips to how I can improve myself. So I think that plays a big part, dude. You know,
Mm-hmm.
even if she's not like all there, like if you really like her, then you know what I mean. Try and get her there and evolve her. They'll appreciate that, or
Yeah.
they'll be like. So I know some females I didn't give them what they wanted, and they were like, oh, he's not really what I expected and not my type because he was pretty lame or boring. Because I was on my shit.
Yeah.
They wanted a dude that was like going out and getting drunk with them every week, and I was like, bro, that's not, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I'd rather, you know what I mean, stay inside and, do what I do. But yeah,
No, yeah, I could definitely see that, man. And like I said, majority of the people our age, um, which is, I mean, the majority of the people our age are going out and doing their thing, and that's all cool, man. And I don't know, like the bar scene and many other things aren't really for me. But when I do think about it, is there's got to be winners, bro, and there's got to be losers. And I mean that with all due respect. It's just like, not trying to downplay anybody's job, but there has to be the janitor, there has to be the Walmart worker, there has to be
yeah,
those people. And I hate to say, it, but those people that are clubbing now that are sacrificing that, a few will get lucky. A few will land in
right,
that circle and they'll end up
yeah.
getting lucky and they'll hit it wherever down the road. But majority of the people are gonna unfortunately be losers, and that's what makes the world go round. We need them in order to operate, in order to be winners and succeed and to reach that level. So,
Yeah,
you know.
there's a lot of talk going on YouTube where it's like I will see an entrepreneur video and then some dumb guy would be like, if everybody was entrepreneurs, then how is America gonna go around and around? And it's like,
Hmm.
bro, one, that will never happen
It
because
won't.
the people are scared, and two, there's always gonna be that person that doesn't think for themselves and they always stay at the bottom. That a 9 to 5 is just good to them. I remember speaking to somebody at work and I'm like, yo, bro, like you gonna work the dock for the rest of your life? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you don't even want to become a driver? Or he's like, no. He's like, I don't want to drive. Like, I'm like, so you're just, and he's like, yeah. He's like, this is good. And I'm like, bro, like, there's always gonna be those people, you know what I mean? That,
Hmm.
which is like, if you prefer that, like, you know what I mean? But don't
Yeah.
complain on where you're at, or downplay somebody
Hmm.
that's rich and then them be like, oh, that's mommy and daddy money. It's like, bro,
I
they
hate
took the
that.
steps to, right,
I
exactly.
hate
It's
that.
like, bro, you expected a different outcome working a 9 to 5, and now that you see somebody that's rich,
Hmm.
that has improved more than you, it's like, bro, you can't downplay it, bro. Like, they worked hard.
Hmm.
Even, okay, let's say if they did have mommy and daddy money, right? The fact that they were able to manage it and flip it and do something right with it
Hmm.
speaks a lot of volume. Because
Hmm.
one, if they were like not mature enough, the mom and dad would give them money and then it would go to waste. It would be spent on cars, clothes, jewelry, like anything stupid.
Hmm.
So it's like, even if it was passed down, it's like the fact that they knew what to do with it and kept it going and kept it working speaks a lot of volume. So I would never downplay anybody for like, oh, you got your money passed down to you. It's like, dude, you know what to do with it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I can't knock it. You know what I mean? But it, like we said, it's always gonna be people that just work a 9 to 5. There's young. I mean, young people, bro. Like, people turn 18 every year. They're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna work at HEB. Like, I'm gonna do this grocery store. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's always gonna be like, it's always gonna be split up between people who are down here and the people who want more in life. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, there's a difference in it, bro, and I've seen that with many people. Like, it was really, bro, it was so tasteless and so disrespectful whenever that whole incident with the submarine. I'm sure you heard about it, obviously, that
Oh
happened
yeah,
with those multi millionaires, and people were saying like, oh, well, they deserve to die. They were like this, and it's just like, it was so classless, bro. It was so
right.
disrespectful, and it's easier for those people from the bottom to hate on them because, truthfully, man, they're either never gonna have it, or they're just too lazy. And yeah, I mean that goes
Yeah.
hand in hand. They just won't ever have it. But I see it like this, man. Like, the more I think about it, going back to that topic, like the winners and losers thing, you said it, man. Not everybody can be a winner. If everybody was an entrepreneur, then this would be a very interesting world that we live in. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, where do you see yourself like in 5 to 10 years? Like, going from all of this, like where you're at now, and like working at the docks, and like even previous jobs, like what have you learned from it, and how are you going to use it moving forward? Like all the knowledge that you've learned.
Okay, it's funny. It's funny you just said that. I literally just got a DM from my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
and he just said, "Yo, do you think when we go over there for our dad's weekend again, I can give you some cash and you can invest it for me?" That's
Mm-hmm.
so like, literally, he just said that right now on Instagram. I don't know
Yeah.
if you can see it, but like, that speaks volume right there. That's already
Mm-hmm.
saying that I'm doing my job and that I'm trying to pass it down. So where
Yeah.
I see myself in 5 years or longer is like teaching the anybody below me or on the side of me, even older than me, on how I can succeed on or how I succeeded. So that like me having everything established speaks a lot of volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I teach it to other people that I know, obviously for free, I wouldn't care about no money. Like
Yeah.
that right there builds generational wealth, or even like you or like anybody that I know. Like it doesn't even have to be family. I think that I can see myself like really spreading knowledge, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
for the people around me. I like dude, I need to have everything in 5 years, bro. Like there's no plan B. There's not like, well, if this doesn't work, then I'll do it. Like, no, bro. Like it has to be before 30.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need to make sure that I put in 1,000 more hours, you know what I mean, just to get there. Um, yeah, dude, like I need to have nice house, you know what I mean? Um, real good amount of net worth, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing when you get wealthy, it's like what you do with the money. Like, of course, I'd want to spend some of it because that was the whole point on, you know what I mean, getting wealthy. But it's like keeping it going, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
and I think just teaching other people, like, so for instance, my grandmother, she did something with Girl Scouts. She was like the head of something of Girl Scouts, and so my cousins, I have two girl cousins, and then my older sister, they're like, "Hey, grandma, like, could we have dinner with you, and so you can talk to us on how we can try and be in your position, and you know what I mean?"
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma was like, "No, that's something that you need to learn yourself." And it was like, it kind of makes you like kind of iffy because it's like, bro, that's kind of like greedy, not even greedy, but like it's kind of selfish that you
Yeah.
don't, you know what I mean? And then I think by that it just creates the same cycle of just 9 to 5, because
Yeah.
what are they doing now? They're working a 9 to 5. If my grandmother taught them how to do it, they wouldn't work a 9 to 5. They'd be in a different path if they really wanted to pursue it. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? But like it to me it's kind of crazy like that's how rich people stay rich and they have generational wealth. Like the father teaches the son or daughter how to do this, or the mother teaches the son or daughter how to do this, and multiply the money and how to keep it going that way. Like, bro, there's no like if I were to be super wealthy and my kids like didn't have to work a 9 to 5, it's like, okay, I'd probably make them work one for like a year or two just to get the experience. And then it's like when you're 20, it's like boom, like you that now it's like at a young age, I would teach them or let them manage huge money. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Just so like, the earlier the better. Like if you play a video game when you're 6 years old, by the time you're freaking 21, you're gonna be a fucking pro. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that plays a big part in teaching other people what how you can succeed or how they can succeed. But yeah, 5 to 10 years, bro. Like no job. I don't want anybody else work around me working a job. Like I go to my cousins or grandmas all the time on a Sunday, and then at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, they're like, "Oh, like I gotta go home. I gotta get ready. I don't want to go to work this week. Tomorrow's Monday." It's like, bro, I hate that, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it bugs me because I'm like, bro, like I want to spend time with you guys. Like I mean, I'm not mad at them because you know what I mean. I'm
It's
just mad at
life.
the fact
Yeah.
that right
Mm-hmm.
that a 9 to 5 is in the way, and I can't see you guys because you have to have a 9 to 5. We all have to have a 9 to 5. So I think changing other people's lives too would be in the picture, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Just telling like my aunt or my cousin, like, hey, like you don't have to work. Like I've already set up this investment account for you. I've already done this for you. That means every month you're getting this much money, and this is the money that you don't touch. This is the money that you can touch. Just stuff like that. And I think that play
Yeah.
a big part with evolving a lot of other people.
For sure, bro. I see it like this. Like, um, I think from like seeing where my parents came from, like not literally like where they were born and shit, but just like where they started at and where they are now. I've learned a lot from the people around me, from seeing different relationships, different family members, and like just I feel like I was blessed. I was in the most blessed situation that I could be in, seeing everybody around me and taking a little bit from each and every person, from seeing how my uncles worked out over here, this and that, whatever. And Um, even kind of sort of my jobs, bro. Like I started working, uh, like a couple weeks before I turned 17. I was a cart pusher, and I went through so many different jobs, and was labeled like a quitter and this and that. And I was so lazy. I was a bum, this and that, and hearing all those different things, man. You know, like the same typical shit you always hear. And I think the job I'm at now, it's about to be a year, and this is the longest job I've ever had, bro. I've learned the most here. I fucking, bro, I've been through the ringer of this job, you know. But I say all that to say, like, the people around me are the people that like they've taught me the most, and they're the people that I want to give back to. And to kind of piggyback off of what you said, like everybody's like, well, why do you care so much about a dollar figure or this or that? And it's like, it's not the dollar figure, bro. It's about what it's gonna bring me. Like the simple
Right.
dollar itself can bring you experiences in life, and like to me, experiences that I've never had before are materialistic items. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not
Yeah.
those things that are making me whole as a person. It's just the things that I've wanted to achieve. It's like a trophy. It's a
Right.
status in life that I've never personally got to taste, you know, before. Like I've never had the taste of the champagne. I
Yeah.
want to be a winner. It's the lifestyle I want, and the fact that there's certain people that are hating on that idea, or there's certain people that are just like, you know, oh this or that, or like, you know, you don't really need that, or just hop on the game, run this
Right.
shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like
Yeah.
that's the shit that pisses me off, and that's really just what I want, bro. Like I want those certain experiences in life. The family travel trips, bro. That like when you said the shit earlier, going to Bora Bora, wherever it is, like that shit is. That's what I can see in the future, and it's so crazy. And I don't know if you feel like this, but I was recently talking to this girl Erica, and I was telling her like, do you have trouble visualizing success? Like, do you have trouble seeing
Right.
something in your head and truly seeing yourself accomplishing it? Because I don't know if it's because I'm a crack addict or it's just like my creativity or whatever, bro. But if I see something, I can see it picture perfect, so clear. I can see
Yep.
myself walking with the family,
I can
talking to my
too.
mom on the beach or wherever it is, and I'm just like, bro, we fucking did it. Like I worked my ass off to get us in this position, and like we did it. And I was
Bro,
gonna say, like, you feel that shit? Like, do you feel like that
yeah,
in your head?
dude, it's not even if I can picture it, it's just like a matter of time when it's gonna happen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you like it's like you're in high school, bro, and you're a sophomore, and you know that prom's gonna be senior year. Like you're gonna go to it,
Yeah.
you're gonna have fun, but it's like it's just a matter of time of when it's gonna happen, bro. I don't think like, damn, can this really happen? Like I know, like, bro, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
get there, bro. It's like all eyes on me, bro. I tell my family about I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm investing, and it seems like I'm the only hungry one, bro. Like
It's
it
so
it
weird.
seems like I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing right, like I'm doing more than anybody else, which is like I can't blame them, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like all eyes on me. I need to put on the show, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
like you said, like bro, I'm in the same boat. I had like 7 jobs, bro. I'm 23 right now. The
Yeah.
longest job that I've had was this one, which is a year and like 2 months.
Yeah.
And my mom would always be like, dude, like you need to stay stable on a job. When they look at your job application, they see that you're job hopping. And it's like the only reason why I was hopping from job because one, it didn't make me happy, and two, it would always be better pay. So I would
Yeah.
always reposition myself to where I can set myself up for more success, whether that be a better location or it would be better pay. Like, dude, it's like I can't stop, bro. Everywhere that I go, it's just like, how can I improve? How can I evolve? Like, bro, I was at the Astros game yesterday. It's like I'm just thinking in my head, like, damn, like who do you think's the richest guy here, bro?
Bro, I do
Like,
that
what does he
everywhere.
do?
I do this
Like
shit.
literally, bro,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
even
yeah.
if I'm out to eat, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, bro, like who's the richest guy here? Like what does he do? Like how long has he done it for? Like I'm trying to see if I can scope him out too. Like, bro, everything is like you said, it's like I'm a crackhead, bro. Like I just cannot stop thinking about it, bro. Like I wake
Mm-hmm.
up, I'm like, boom, finances, boom, success. Like but I love it, bro. Like it
Mm-hmm.
feels like there's something to achieve. That it's like a game, bro. Like there's something that we need to do. And like you
Yeah.
said, there's people that are like, oh, you don't need that. Like money
Mm-hmm.
doesn't bring you happy. It's like, bro, people have their different preferences.
Yeah,
If
it's
you want to
true.
live your life regular, then
Mm-hmm.
that's you. You don't bash anybody else for prioritizing how much success that they want or they get. You know what I mean? And bro, I just think bashing in general is just like it doesn't get you nowhere. Like you see somebody rich and successful, you're like, bro, he did his thing, bro. Like,
Good for him.
damn, like, right,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And I don't know. I think that it's just like it's mandatory for me to do this, bro. It's all eyes on me. Everyone's looking at me, and I have to pull this off, bro. Like I have to.
Yeah. No, man, I get that for sure. That's and there's so much shit like when I think about success, there's so many different things that I can think about and visualizing it and um it is interesting that you said that cuz there's one other person like I could say this, man, going back, it'll be a quick story. Like a year ago, um like my ex dumped me or a year and a half ago my ex dumped me and then I quit my job. I was bro, my credit was a 498, dog. It was a 498.
Damn.
I could say, bro, finally I made it in the sevens. It took me 2 years to bounce back. That was
That's
one of the
good, dude.
fucking big. Bro, I started crying once that shit updated and I seen the sevens. I was like, bro, I fucking finally like I bounced back,
That's
and
good, bro.
like seeing that shit, bro, and like all the people around me. It's just interesting, man, to really think about it because nobody else really wants what we want, it seems like. And I went like back to that story thing. I felt so low, and my cousin Mia, her husband Gabe, mentored me through business, and he showed me that one December, basically his e-commerce store fucking blew up, and he made a good
Damn.
amount, and he showed me what business was, and all I needed was one flick, and since then, bro, it's honestly changed my life. Like the way I think, the way I started carrying myself, and what I kind of wanted in this life. Because all I knew was 9 to 5, but it took that one conversation and one check stub that he showed me where I was like, "Fuck, bro, you can make this much in a month." It was like, okay, like all right, now I want this life. Like I want to taste it like this. So from him mentoring me and just me starting to get hungry and whether it's reading or listening to podcasts or whatever it may be, and I'll say two things. One of the things was seeing my brother, like he wants to become HPD, and I'm happy for him. Or my sister wants to do something in the midfield, happy for her. My parents too doing their 9 to 5s. It's cool. Like I said, I respect everybody's journey because it's everybody's is different. But I've always felt like the black sheep. Like I've always felt
Yeah.
so different, and for so long I've always like second thought about it, or like thought like, damn, is this really what I should be doing, or really just thinking about it. But um, it finally feels right, man. It feels like I'm finally following the path, and like the work is kind of aligning with my word, which is the most important thing. Is if I tell somebody something, I want to make sure it happens because I've done too many wrongs in the past, and that's something I definitely don't want to happen again. But the last thing I would say was one of the coolest things I seen was with Jim Carrey, where he wrote a check to himself for $10 million. I don't know if you've seen that story, but he gave
Nah, I didn't.
himself. He basically wrote a blank check to himself to Jim Carrey for 10 million, and he wrote a date in the future for 5 years. And on the fifth year, bro, to the day, he wrote or he got starred for the movie The Mask. I don't know if you've seen that one,
Oh
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
got it for 10 million, bro, on the penny. And he
That's
said he got
crazy.
the phone call. He was right there with his dad. They broke down crying, and he just stared at the check like he manifested it. He dreamed it. He visualized success, and it happened. Um, but yeah, bro, it's just
Yeah,
like shit like that. It's crazy.
yeah, bro. That like stuff like that. It's like, bro. I have, I have a just, bro. I just jot down notes
Yeah.
all the time, bro. Like goals of what I'm studying. Like mainly, it's just stuff that I study. But bro, like how I said, I wrote down all the crypto profits and how I see what I can try and earn.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you have to do stuff like that, bro. Like just to write it down on paper and be like, damn, like bro, like you said, there's people out there with like fuck you money, bro, where you're like
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, bro, like do you not think you can be like that? Like you
Yeah.
literally can. Bro, I swear you can. There's like I mean, of course there's obstacles, but there's nothing stopping you, bro. Like it's only a matter of time, bro. But I think like what pushes people most, or at least me, like it's your circumstances. Like right now, I'm at my job. It's a shitty circumstance, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a grimy, dirty ass warehouse that I listen to this fat supervisor all day bitching at me because I can't have a
Yeah.
conversation with my homies or like, or you know what I mean. It's hot outside and there's potholes everywhere. I'm like running over potholes
Fuck.
and hurting my back. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
but it pushes me harder because like, bro, I gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. Like
Yes,
I have
exactly.
to. It's like, bro, I'm risking everything, bro, just to do it. And but like I said, bro, like shitty circumstances push you harder, or it should push you harder.
Mm-hmm.
Some people could look at it and be like, bro, like, I don't think it's possible, bro. Like, I work at HEB, or like, I do this and I only get like 15 bucks an hour. It's like, bro, that should push you harder. Like that, it's not enough, and
Mm-hmm.
that you need to take extra steps to reposition yourself to gain more. You know what I mean? You
Exactly.
like, even if, okay, let's say you have a really good job, then you get paid like $30 an hour, 35. You should want to tell yourself like, bro, I'm super blessed. I'm beyond blessed. I'll never take it for granted,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not enough. I need more.
Yeah.
You have to always like there's always room for improvement. No matter how good you are, there's always room for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that plays a big part, bro. Mindset, and looking at your circumstances and saying that you need to get up out of there if you're not happy with it.
Yeah. No, I get that for sure. And something else that I noticed, I feel like I said that every time. I get that for sure. But nah, something that I've noticed, bro, is how a lot of people think because you work the same job, you have the same pay. And I've always found that
Yeah.
super, super interesting. Because I remember my manager, who only she made $3 more than me an hour. She thought she was the shit. She used to come in every
Yeah.
morning and try to downplay me. And I mean, I have a little, like a couple of side projects that make me a little bit of change, but it's just funny, bro. Like, you never know. And some of these people, like I said, I can't disclose the guy's amount in his account, but his name is Mr.
Yeah.
Roby, and like, bro, he comes in with a literally like a headband T-shirt and just like throwed out
Yeah.
like just nasty clothes.
Yeah.
But let me say this,
Bro's
man.
probably balling, huh?
I can't say, but he's got some M's. I'll say that. I can't say the exact amount. Bro has M's, dog. He doesn't
Damn.
have hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
He's M's, and bro, it's shit like that
That,
that
bro.
really humbles you, bro. And it's like, damn, dog. Like, you know.
Yeah, there's people at work, they got better cars than me. They got like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? And we'll joke around and be like, bro, like you ain't balling like me, woo. But we
Yeah,
have the
yeah,
same
yeah.
job, so it's kind
Hmm.
of funny. But in the end, sometimes they were to get serious, and it's like, bro, one, you've been working here longer than me, right? Two, I have assets. You have cash. We're not the same,
Hmm.
bro.
Yeah.
Like you think stuffing money in your bank account and stacking up a month full of cash is good and that you're balling? Bro, I got assets, bro. Like me and you are not the same person.
Hmm.
I have a whole bunch of knowledge on how this stuff works and how it could work, and you're just like, you know what I mean? And I'm like asking them like, you're gonna work here for the rest of your life, right? And they're like, yeah, well, it's a good job. I'm like, bro, like
Right.
that's the difference, bro. Like
Yeah.
you see the comparison and it's like, bro, we're just not the same. Like, and it kind of bugs me, but like I said, shitty circumstances push you harder. I look at everybody at work and I'm like, bro, like I say this humbly as possible, bro. I'm surrounded by losers. Like I have to think that, bro, or else if I'm thinking like, oh, I'm with them or like I'm as equal as them, then I'm gonna
Hmm.
live like them, bro. Like you
Yeah.
have to put in your mind, like, bro, nah, bro, like we're not the same. I'm different, bro. Like I'm gonna outwork you every single time, bro. Like you work you work 5 days out of the week. I work six. I have
Hmm.
assets. You have cash. We're not the same, bro. Like, and in the end, I'm gonna win, bro. Consistency and outworking wins every single time. Even if I just make $100 more than you a week, $50 more than you a week because I work the sixth day, bro. I'm gonna win every time, bro. And especially if you spend your money on other stupid stuff like I don't know, clothes or drinking, bro. I'm for sure already
Yeah.
past you, bro. I'm gonna outwork you every single time, bro. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you get higher pay than me, bro. I'm there. Like I'm on your ass, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah, I could see that. And I think it's just, it's interesting, bro. If you take a look down Little York, Fifth Ward, even South Houston towards Bissonnette, Bel Air area, uh, people's cars are worth more than their house, bro. We're talking about Denali's that
Yeah,
are 85,000, but they're staying in an apartment that's $600 a month, infested by roaches and rats. Nothing wrong with it, by all means. You want to live
yeah.
that lifestyle? I mean, you might as well live in your
But
truck.
priorities, man.
And that's the
Priorities,
thing,
dog.
bro. It's they look cool when they're leaving the club. They look cool when they're leaving jobs, bro. Exactly. You know, and I see people that at my job. So I work at Truist, and like down the street there's a Chick-fil-A, and this kid drives a Hellcat at Chick-fil-A. And granted, it's the Woodland, so maybe his
Oh,
dad bought it. I don't know, but
yeah.
point is, he's a young cat driving a Hellcat, and um, I just find it interesting, bro. I'm like, man, if he did buy that himself, I just wonder like how much are you struggling to withhold this image, or maybe you just love cars that much. I don't know, because
bro.
it's just
You
expensive, bro.
you look at it and it's like, bro, like either one check, one whole week worth of checks, or at least 2 weeks worth of you working, go straight to that car, bro. And
Hmm.
it's like, yeah, you look cool, but like, bro, half of the month you're paying for that car. It's like, dude, you gotta have your priorities, bro. My homie Sammy, he's together with my cousin.
Hmm.
He says, bro, you need to drive your car till it can't drive anymore. If you're in a Hyundai or a little Civic, bro, drive it till you can't no more, bro. If you don't have a car
Yeah.
payment, that's good. Use it to your advantage. You're gonna look so cool leaving the club, like you said, or your job, and it's like, bro, we work the same job. You're one, you're not balling more than me.
Yeah.
Two, we
Yeah.
work the same job. It's like I know how much you make. Three, all of your not all of your checks, but like majority of your checks every year go to this damn car. It's like, bro,
Hmm.
you have to have your priorities straight. You need to work your money and then get the car you want when you're like, bro, I can buy like two or three of these, bro.
Yeah.
Then that's when you're like, damn, bro, like he really got that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got the change for it, and that's where like it's a toss up, bro. Cause like me personally, I fucking love cars. Like I love cars, I do. And
I do too.
one of my dream cars, man, it's a Mustang. And I talk to my friend Steph about it all the time. I'm like, bro, there's days where like if I go to a car show and I see I'm surrounded by them, I'm like, fuck, bro, I'll go to the dealership right now. I'll put myself in debt. I would, but then I get home, I get back in the lab. I'm looking at shit. I'm like, it's not the right time. I can't do it right now. I gotta make
Right.
sure, like,
Literally.
priorities are locked in and shit like that. But there's days, man, where I'm just like, damn, bro, like, I would love to go on a cruise, or I would love to take, this girl out and go have a nice date in the car and just like live in that dream. But it's like, it's
Literally.
not the right time. It's
Not the right,
almost there.
bro.
I can
It's
see it, but it's just not right yet. You know?
so two things, bro. Like when I was saying was how my past relationships didn't work out.
Hmm.
It's for a reason because
Yeah.
God's telling me like, bro, you love hard, so when
Hmm.
things go left, it gets you out of your groove. It's not the right time right now, bro. Like, bro, I can get I can get a car I want, bro. My credit score is like 750 and bro, I make like 1,000 a week. I can get what I want, bro. It's not the right time right now. Like it's
Yeah.
not the right time because one, it'll mess up my whole groove. Two, it's gonna mess with how I DCA into the market on how I'm investing.
Hmm.
Three, I'd have to reposition my finances all over again, paying
Yep.
insurance, paying another car note, and then it's gonna get in the way of me investing. When I can just stay down right now, just wait like a year or two, and
Hmm.
then you can get what you want, bro. It's like, bro, I would love to go out on a trip, and I can go out on a trip right now, but it would just it would I wouldn't say it would mess up my groove too much, but it would kind of get in the way and interfere. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I tell people around me all the time, like, they'll be like, "Damn, bro, why you ain't getting a car like that you want, bro? You work 6 days a week," and I'll show them my pay stubs. They're like, "Bro, why don't you?" I'm like, "Bro, I'm playing the patient game, bro. The patience wins every single time, bro. I'm telling you, I'm playing the patient game. I see everybody around me, they're like, they got nice clothes, they got a live ass car. I'm like, damn, bro, like, I want that. Like, I can get it, but it's like, it's not the right time right now, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna mess up my whole groove.
For sure, man. And I think like moving on from that, I guess like the last thing I'll say, like it'll all come in due time. Maybe like we kind of talked about the market in the previous podcast. Like right now we're in the bear market. You know what I'm saying? We're about to get this bull run
Yes, sir.
soon, and it's gonna be so much fun, man. And like I said, visualizing the success that it's gonna come with it, from being able to take the girl out to the nice dinner and the nice car and just living that lifestyle, that modern luxury. It'll all come in due time, and I don't think it's gonna come from me going to school. I'll be honest with you. I don't think a piece of paper is
Yeah.
gonna help me reach that goal. But we'll all see, man. But beyond that, I know in the past you've sent me some of your songs, man. That personally, bro, and I'm not even trying to give you gas because, like I said, I always keep it 100, and I'm gonna tell you what I genuinely think. Um, some songs obviously need to be mastered and like equalized and making sure 808s are hidden, and they're not throwing off your voice and vocals, but
Right.
bro, you got some shit. I'll be honest with you, you got some heat, and like just a couple that you've sent me. I think it was like 5 songs. Have you thought about dropping music, or have you thought about like really maybe going full pedal, or at least dedicating some time away from crypto to invest in some music? Cause it's good, man.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate it, bro. I really
Hmm.
appreciate it. I
Yep.
think, like, bro, it's funny you say that because I send it to other people too, and they're like, bro, like, why don't you take it serious? And I'm like, one, it's like you, it would just okay. So what I learned about being around people that are in that type of business, uh, to be specific, payday. He
Hmm.
was always telling me like, bro, the only way is if you have connections and if you pay bread. So like, let's say you're working on music for 5 years, nothing happens,
Hmm.
but if somebody's working on music for 1 week and they get a feature with Lil Baby, everybody knows him.
Yep.
So it's like, bro, in order for me to do that, I would need like a really good feature or somebody that I can be in good connection with and pay the price to invest in myself,
Yep.
and that way I can be popular in the music. So what my plan was, like, I mean, I don't, bro. It's funny you say this because like every week I'm like, damn, bro. I'll be at work and I'll be like, damn, like I feel like making music right now. We're like, bro, I
Exactly.
can just make a song right now, but it's like I don't know. It's kind of like it just depends on my mood. You know what I mean? Like one day I'll be like,
Hmm.
bro, I'm working on music, or like I'll feel like I want to work on music at work, and then when I come home, I'm like, nah, I gotta worry about finances. Like, you know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
like I don't want. I'm kind of like stuck in the middle because it's like I don't want to wait too long because then it's like because God says if I bless you with talents and you don't use them, like He'll take them away.
Hmm.
And so, maybe I can dive into other things like Christian rap or like, you know what I mean, like Cardi type beats, but Christian music because a lot of people deal with secular music addiction,
Yeah.
which is like bad music talking about like violence and all these other things.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I'm right there too, bro. Every day I
Hmm.
listen to that stuff, and it's like, bro, I feel like that I can kind of change it around,
Hmm.
you know what I mean, and kind of provide a different type uh, of music when it comes to that. But I don't know, bro. I really want to, but I just, bro, it's just not. I say this, but it probably is. But there's just not enough time in the day, bro. Like
Hmm.
in the morning, I'm getting all my shit together. I'm checking emails and I'm setting up appointments if I have like eye doctor, if I'm doing this next week, applying for a new credit card. Just shit that I have to do, and then it's time for work. And then after I get off of work, it's like, okay, study. So it's like, damn, bro, where can I fit music into this? But it's like, I really want to, bro.
Hmm.
Like I had the most fun making music and grinding it, cause like there was nothing else that I wanted to do but make music. And it's funny because I didn't picture like anything that I did that I was heavily into. I never pictured myself doing like crypto, bro. I never expected myself to get into crypto.
Yeah.
Music, I was like a junior or senior and
Hmm.
got into it. And I never knew that I was gonna get so into music. And then like, bro, I hang around rappers all the time, bro. Like it's so weird. And I feel like I don't know, bro. I had the most fun creating music and making music. I think I have like a different type of ear when it comes to like beat selection and
Hmm.
how I break down and study how people deliver their music.
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. I think I have a blessing, bro, when it comes to music, and I don't know. Maybe I think it's hard for me to do that because like my mind's always everywhere. Me, bro, I'm like I gotta worry about this. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this. Like my mind's all over the place, bro. Like I'll listen to a beat, I'll work on it for like 30 seconds, and then I'm like, all right, let's start something new. And it's like, bro,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
just
Hmm.
lock in and finish it, bro.
Hmm.
Like, but it's just so hard for me, and I think that plays a that's kind of a bigger obstacle too on why I don't get music done. It's like my mind's everywhere, bro. And then on top of that, I don't really have much time, but I really do think that I'll get into it. Like, I probably need to make a day or at least a morning where I can just wake up and just start working on it. You know what I mean?
Because it's also like it's a. I feel like it's also a way to express, man. Like you just kind of decompose or
Yeah.
decompress, or decompress off of like making music and letting that creativity fly. It's a lot of fun, bro. I mean, granted, I say like I started drumming when I was 6 because of a dude named Noah. I hit like my friend
Mm-hmm.
Cameron hit somebody's car, T-boned that shit with his bike, flipped over the hood, and everybody scattered and ran. I hopped the fence.
Damn.
Somehow I was in this kid's backyard. His name was Noah, and I seen he had a drum set there. I was like, "Bro, can I play?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And just started going crazy, man. And since then, just fell in love with it.
Damn.
Fast forward, I met you, and then I heard like Seth told me that you had made music. This was like I want to say post high school, and
Yeah.
I only really knew you from baseball, and of course like our eighth grade class and the fuck and that English shit
Yeah.
with that
I
lady.
forgot her
But
name, bro.
I did too,
What
man.
was her
But
name? I don't know. That was a fun ass class.
yeah, it was. But yeah, so we had that lady, and fast forward a little bit, and yeah, bro, just like some of the music that you had sent, I was like, okay, and then I started. That's honestly, bro, you're what made me get on FL. It was you, Nick Mirror, and this other guy named Six, who's Logic's beat maker, producer,
Oh
whatever you want
yeah,
to
I know
call
who
him.
Nick is. Yeah.
So Nick Mirror, that dude was
Yeah.
Juice World and pretty much everybody. Now he produces for hella people, but watching his live streams, and then I remember you just talking about FL, and even going to your house that one time and just messing around for like 15 minutes on FL Studio. I was like, damn, bro, it's kind of fun. So copped it illegally, not legally. I'm not gonna say all that, but just
Yeah.
got that shit, and bro, it's so much fun, and I would like to do it. I would like to get better at it. Um, but yeah, man, I don't know. It's just so much fun to make
Yeah,
music.
I think like you said, it's a way of expressing yourself, bro. Like that,
Hmm.
it's an art, bro. Like there's sometimes where like there's a certain song on somebody's album, whether it be like Cardi or like Nudie or like Sauce, where I'm just like, bro, I replay one part that gets me every time. I'm like, bro, like how did you come up with this, bro? Like it's
Hmm.
just amazing, bro. And bro, music plays a huge part in my life, bro. Whether it
Yeah.
be me making it or somebody else, like, bro, I'll listen to stuff that I used to jam like in middle school or high school, and it'll be like all these memories will start to pop up in my head, and it feels like, bro, like the song makes me want to like succeed, bro. Like it's like
Hmm.
the last day of school or like the last day of work or like the last day of something, and I'm like, bro, like it pushes me, bro. Or like if I'm working out, I put on a certain song, I'm like, bro, like I'm about to fuck this shit up, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, start
So
throwing weights through roofs and shit.
yeah, bro. I think it plays a huge part, bro. And yeah, I would love to get into it definitely. But I think
Hmm.
like I don't know, it's kind of iffy because it's like I don't I don't know. It's weird. Like I want to make music but I don't post it or like I don't want to post it. It's weird though. Like I send it to people that are around me, but it's like I
Hmm.
don't know. It's kind of weird, bro. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just something in the future. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely could be. And I think recently I just listened to Corday's album and from a bird's eye view, I think is what it's called. It came out last year, but I don't know some reason I just started listening to it top to bottom, and it's solid. And what it showed me, cause bro, like you know how much artists are out there and how much different music there is, and I know you can relate to this a little bit because I know you like alternative and like maybe even rock music and just different things, and
Hell
I
yeah.
think that's kind of what's helped me with music in general, whether it's making music or just having an ear for it. Because I feel you on that. Whenever you said like having a certain ear for certain either beat selection or you just kind of hear it and you're like, either maybe you can make it better, whatever it is. But it's from listening to either Nirvana or country artist or rap artist or just going from any genre and being able to really just kind of vibe with it, understand it, and maybe you can make it better by adding your Zaragoza twist or whatever you want to, whatever you want to call it, your Blitz twist. But yeah, man, I mean, it's shit like that, and I've noticed that in you because I've seen you and Alo maybe like mimicking Nirvana, like if we're playing the game or
Yeah.
some shit a while back. But
Yeah.
it's like your wide range of music selection shows, how knowledgeable you are when it comes to music.
Yeah, bro. I think like I'm always saying this, but like diversify, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
in order to be a great artist, like you have to be diversified. And people can argue, you can be like, well, then they wouldn't spend time on one genre or one specific type of music thing that they're good at. And it's like, yeah, I mean that's true, but like, bro, to be diverse is like, bro, I listen to like Spanish, I listen to rock, I listen to
Mm-hmm.
rap, I listen to like, bro, like Deftones, like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
I there's so much that I have an ear for, bro. And it's funny, like when I would work in grocery stores or something, and the song would come on, like I would hear the beat, and I'm like, bro, like if I could sample this. Like this is
Yeah.
so hard, bro. Or like I'll start rapping or doing something else, like to that'll make it better. Or even just hearing other people's music in general, like how you were saying, like making like putting a twist on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll listen to a song and I'm like, bro, like I'm gonna pull up the instrumental and I'll just
Yeah.
start going crazy. Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think like I don't know. It's fun having an ear like that because like you can tell that you're kind of different from other people when it comes to that perspective. You know.
No, yeah, it's funny hearing that from like if I send my friend Joey or my friend Gabe, who I wouldn't say they have that ear or they don't have that gift for music. It's it's interesting seeing their feedback because the first thing they think of is like, oh, this sounds good in the club, or oh, this would sound good in the car, or something like that. But what I'm hearing is like, yo, motherfuckers hear that triangle way in the background, like y'all hear that shit going off at the perfect time, and then like
Literally.
it completes the beat and it takes it, it's just little shit and little details that I start noticing and then picking apart, and then I wonder like, damn, like his hi hats are hidden like this, but his 808s are like this. Like this shit. How
Facts.
can I implement this into my music, or how can it change? And it's interesting, bro. And I think that's one of the similarities that we have. That when God gifted us these talents, um, it's just how would you use them? And I definitely say this, man, just from my point of view, because I know I've sent you a few things. Not as good. I'll be honest. They're work in progress. Definitely need a lot of work. But like hearing your music, bro, is like I would say it's good enough to drop. Obviously, just mixing and mastering a little bit, and making sure everything's good to go. I would say it's good to be dropped, and I would heavily support the album. And I'm sure people that are listening to this podcast, they would probably say the same thing. They want to hear this shit, and they would probably tune in as well.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. And I think that was a major role, like, and what my problem was, bro. I didn't like. Okay, there's two things. I was a perfectionist, but I didn't act on it. So I was a perfectionist, but I wasn't. And what I mean by that is like I wouldn't drop certain shit because it was like, damn, bro, I need it to sound like this, or like I want to change that part, or like it's just not good, or like it's not as good as I want it. And
Yeah.
two, that when I would drop drop a song, like I wouldn't master it. Like, bro, all my songs I just throw a little EQ on there and then it's like, all right, I'm dropping it. Like I'm not tuning my voice. I'm not like
Hmm.
everything's just raw vocal, bro. But I think that's a gift. It's good that I can do that, but I think that I would need to spend more time like or honestly, I would need somebody to do it for me. Not
Hmm.
because of laziness, but it would just make it easier. Like,
Yeah.
bro, people who are rich, they don't cut their own grass because one, it's that it, you know what I mean. It gets in the way. Like you
Hmm.
don't have time to do it, and it would just make your life easier if somebody else did it and you throw them some cash. Like it's the same thing with music for me at least.
Yeah.
I would need somebody that would know how I operate in music and can try and like mix up how I do it. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
mean, what I want is like not something crazy. I hate auto tune. Like, bro, I just literally want my voice to just be like, I don't know, like smooth and solid. Like, I don't want anything crazy. But yeah, everything's like all one take, bro. I don't like stop it, record this again. Like, every song I've created was just all one take, bro. One take,
Hmm.
just the whole song. And yeah, I think probably taking more time to try and perfect it, whether it be when it's like mixing and engineering and stuff, would be very beneficial.
Yeah. And I've seen some people operate like just watching. Been fortunate enough to watch some of Juice World's studio sessions or even Kid Leroy studio sessions. Like the amount of like playbacks they have, and they're like, "Wait, let me hear that." Now run it back. We need one more, and then just how perfect they want their sound and knowing what they want. It's kind of like it's really cool seeing their process, like their creative thinking process, and how, like just how they operate in general. Like it's just they think at a different frequency than we do, because we don't know yet.
Yeah,
We're not at that level of learning and have that much knowledge when it comes to it. But um, yeah, man. I mean, I hope the music thing comes together. I would definitely like to hear some more. And I told you before, man. Send me some vocals, dog. I want to hear that shit so I can,
facts.
because I've always wanted to practice, man. Beyond like, I don't right now. I've been trying to work on this shit, but I don't have vocal range at all. And so I want to work with somebody who does have at least a little bit of range to work with how to mix and master and different things. Because me personally, I hate the auto tune sound as well. You
Facts.
can throw a little reverb on there and just whatever, like shit like that. But like the Yachty shit, like I'm not really into that style too much because
Yeah,
that's him, Quavo, just pure auto tune. But when it comes to someone I really, really appreciate their music would be like Post Malone. Because, I mean, he can go from country to alternative to his rap shit. And his voice most of the time sounds the same on most tracks, but it sounds just very majestic, very different, and it's like it's just Post Malone esque. It's his music, but I mean, yeah. Besides all that, man, like I said, hopefully you can drop some shit soon. Would be hella hyped to see that. What about TSF? Like, what about the gaming situation and what's going on over there?
So it's kind of complicated, because we were trying to perfect it for so long. Um, and but people like them, bro, they're busy. Like they got a million things going on. Like they're not prioritizing something like this. You know what I mean? Like
Of
how the
course.
gaming stuff was, and you know what I mean? Like I can't blame them. It's like, bro, they're making millions of dollars doing, like, not even focusing on gaming. It's like I can't blame them. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
also it was the people that I was recruiting for the gaming team was like getting in the way also. Like it wasn't like it was just always people that just wasn't they were just getting in the way, bro. You know what I mean? And I think like when Payday was managing it, it really got to him because it's like, bro, it all you have to do is just like not be weird, bro, and do weird things, and it would totally work out. You know what I mean? But I think it could, but now it's like, bro, we've gone to like quit and getting back on, quit and get back on like 20 million times, bro. You know what I mean? And I chopped it up with Payday again, and he still wants to do it, but I I don't know, maybe not Call of Duty, maybe like on the Madden side or other things,
Yeah.
but I don't know. He's kind of like iffy on how to do it because it's like, bro, it's so much that goes into it, bro. Like it's like I used to think like, bro, like it's easy, just tell Sauce to post it and like we're finna go up. But it's like,
Yeah.
bro, you got to make sure that you have loyal people on your team. You got to have somebody that's in charge of the analytics and statistics on how many views that you guys get, how many YouTube channels are y'all gonna be putting up, how many subs are y'all gonna get a month, what's a goal on that, how much um like donations on Twitch are y'all gonna have? How much people watch you every month? How can we market ourselves? Like, bro, there's just so much thing going on, bro, and we needed a person to do that. I mean, I was a person doing that because I was like, okay, I had a lot on my plate. I had to recruit people, you know what I mean? And then I
Yeah.
had to play with all of them, making sure everybody gets on at the same time. And then I'm recording a video, hoping that I get good content. If I don't, it's like, all right, I don't get content for that day. It's like, fuck, you know what I mean? And then when
Yeah.
I do, I gotta chop up the whole 4 hours of footage, make a video, you know what I mean? Post it, tell everybody else to post. It's a lot, bro. But
Hmm.
I don't mean to say that isn't like it's too hard to accomplish, but I think there's just a lot of stuff in the way. Um, I don't know. Right now, it's not my main focus. That was I was taking a huge risk on it. Like I was leaving work early sometimes so I can uh, invest my time in it, which I don't regret. Because if it would have worked, like you know what I mean, like how I
Yeah.
was saying with crypto, bro. Like
Hmm.
I'm not gonna regret risking all of this money because if it works, and it happened for the better. So I don't regret putting so much time into TSF gaming, um, because if it would have worked, like and it was just always fun, and me being loyal, they always kept me close, because I was just always that solid, well put together individual where they can count on me, whether it be anything, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think if we were to do it again, I'd have a different perspective on it and try and change different things, and I
Yeah.
would come at Sauce a different way about it on how like the proposal would be, and how I can think that it can work. um, I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to Payday about it because he said he wants to do it, but it's like I don't know. It's kind of tough, especially the state of Call of Duty right now. It's like, bro, like it's
Yeah.
you
It's
know what I
it's
mean?
tough, man.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. I think just from like an outsider's point of view, because I used to watch the reels that y'all would post, or even the content that
yeah.
Payday's podcast. I think I don't know if that was TSF's podcast or if it was just Payday's, but I would watch that and wait, you got a cooler in there? What the fuck? Wait, what the fuck? Where
Nah,
did this shit come from?
I just
Wait,
grabbed it under my desk. I just had it sitting right
oh
here,
shit! I thought you had
but
an ice box in
I
there. I was like, damn, bro's got a damn Yeti under
little
this.
Yeti
Okay,
Yeti fridge in there.
I was like, all right, bro, sponsored up, huh? Nah,
Nah, I wish.
no, anyways, no, just I gotta regain, bro. What the fuck? That shit caught me off guard. Uh, Now watching some of his podcasts, bro, I was just like, damn, like they're in a dining room that has so much echo that it's hard to enjoy the video, or like the quality of the mics. There's no balance. Like this guy's mic is way louder than this guy's mic, who's not louder than this guy's mic. Like whenever they shot the
Yeah.
three, and it's
That
things
that
like
was in his
that.
house, bro.
That was in his house. I could
Yeah.
tell they were in somebody's dining room, bro. It looked like somebody might have been cooking in the back too. I don't know. They might have been eating steak or some shit. But the point is,
Yeah.
is like I was seeing that and I was like, damn, bro, like because I had remembered you told me like to hop on the game. I don't know if you ever asked me to join the team, but hop on the game, and I was like, man, I feel like I have a lot to offer in that way of like the production side of things and even content creation, like not making the content like me in it, but just being behind the scenes, um, and shit like that. Because like there's a lot that I know about like movie making, filmmaking, production, studio, and shit like that. Like that I've done my own research on for my own time, and even learning like doing this shit. Talking to a few people, but
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna tell you like a long time ago, but I don't know, it just never came up until now. But yeah, like if you
Yeah.
ever did do that again, there's a lot of shit that I would like to help you guys out with, or just you in general. If you ever wanted to do your own podcast or do your own, whether it's financial growth or trying to do classes and shit like that. I mean, bro, there's so much that I can help you with, in that way.
Yeah, bro, they had huge plans for it, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
they were trying to get us a house, bro, to where they were like, all right, we're gonna get y'all a house, and y'all all just make content and game in there, and that'll be y'all. Y'all could just live there, and you know what I mean. You make content and make this shit blow up. Like, bro, we had so much plans, and we had contracts in the making, jerseys. Um, obviously it was kind of smart the way that they were gonna run it because obviously they have music contracts and entertainment contracts where they're not in a label, but they go through somebody where their music gets pushed in the algorithm a lot. So Sauce and Payday being them, they're like, all right, we could do the same thing with gaming. Like we'll
Mm-hmm.
have an LLC, they'll be under us, and the same way that we drop music and get views is the same way that we can do with gaming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, that there was huge plans, bro. Like Sosa Man, I talked to Sosa Man about it. He wanted to get a crib and use it just for the gaming team. Like, there was a lot, bro. So I think it can and it could have worked. Um, but I don't know. It's kind of odd that, like I said, they're busy, bro. So it's like I can't just call up Sauce and be like, you know what I mean? I'd have to plan it out kind of and see where we're going with it. But yeah, bro, it was kind of hard like getting it together, bro, because a lot of kids would ego me. I mean, you know how
Mm-hmm.
COD kids are, bro. Like their egos
Oh
through the
yeah.
roof. If they're S&D wager kid, like they're
Yeah.
like, why would I? You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna make my own shit. Like it was just so hard, bro, because like they had to have everything. They had to have like their networking skills up to par. They had to have their communication skills. They couldn't be weird where they're like in Discord and we're playing and they're
Yeah.
not saying a damn word. And it's like they needed to have their schedule right where we all hop on at the same time. They needed to join meetings when we have meetings. It's like, bro, it's not easy. But I don't know. Maybe it can. I mean, like you say, you grow from lessons. So
Mm-hmm.
if we were to do it again, then I would know like how to counter some of the negative effects that took place on why we couldn't go through with the process.
No, for sure. I think too is you can't you can't force content. That's for sure. Like getting on every day, you're setting yourself up already for success. But forcing like gold, like comedy gold, or whatever kind of clips you're pushing for, just things like that. Like you can't force it. It's just time in, and also dealing with the egos of people, whether it's COD or just in real life. Like, bro, egos are
Yeah,
so crazy, man, and it's like
yeah,
dealing with that shit at work, and it's just like, man, sometimes you like just by the way someone talks to you, feel like you just got spit on, like the way shit,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just ego death is crazy, and some of these people need to realize it. I was talking to Alo about that in like the podcast that dropped last year, when he was telling me about the whole mushroom thing and how he faced what felt like ego death, and he felt like he restarted and shit. And some of these people need to be humble, dog. They need to check their pride at the door, because these S&D
Yeah.
kids that are coming up on the scene and they're talking about some, yo, I got 800 earned on UMG. Bitch, I was fucking,
Yeah.
I was top 8 on that shit, dog. I run
Damn.
it up. Come on. But,
Damn.
nah, just hearing that shit, bro. Some people do need to check it because that's wild. But I do believe y'all
Yeah.
can do it, man.
Like it I think we can, but back to the ego thing, is like, bro, like you can have an ego, like, bro, you can have it through the roof, but
Mm,
putting it in public and it coming out of your mouth and treating people that way, no, bro.
mm,
Like, bro, every day, like my ego and positivity mindset is just like up here, bro. Like my ego is up here because like I have my shit together, bro. But it's like when you communicate with people or have a conversation, you don't shit on people, or you don't, you know what I mean,
mm,
like you don't act like it. But I feel like having an ego is good because at least for me, it fuels me. It's
mm,
like I have to have like a like I'm fucking above everybody else ego, and it helps me because it makes me feel like I can have a lot on my plate and I can accomplish more things. But you can't put it in play, like, you know what I mean, and tell people that are like act like it, you know what I mean. You got to be humble, bro, because you can start right back to zero again, and you know what I
yeah.
mean. And so yeah.
That's true for sure. I think one of the things that it's in my head, man. It's what my grandma told me. She's like, it's really nice to be important, but it's really important to be nice, and that's something I'll never forget.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But the other
Yeah.
thing was when I was working during COVID at the airport, making $9 an hour. I think it was 9.25, and I felt like, bro, back then I had a fucking fat ego, dog. I was like, man, I shouldn't even be here, this and that, whatever. And I'll never
Yeah.
forget the night I almost walked out, but Alo got me the job, so I was trying to be as faithful as I could to the job and not make him
Yeah.
look bad. But they walked in with the mop and they're like, "Hey, bro, you gotta mop it up. You gotta mop this area." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Hell no, hell no, I'm not doing this shit." So
Nah.
I don't know if they were just bullshitting me or just trying to get me to do that as like a joke or whatever. But I was like, "Hell no,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Bro, I make $9 an hour after taxes, like 8.25. Like, bro, hell no, I'm not doing it. You can kiss my ass." So that's the way I used to think, bro. And I was like, man, like, you know what I'm saying? And thinking now, like where I am now, I'm like, bro, I was so like, just the ego is through the roof, and it's good to have one and shit like that. But like you said, you just can't let it be the only thing that motivates you, and you do have to have that
Yeah.
form of humbleness and humility for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, bro, that shit's crazy thinking
Like,
about that.
yeah. I said, I have an ego, but like I step in a place, like let's say I go out, you know what I mean, like
Mm,
once in a blue moon, and I'm like, bro, there's somebody out here, like whenever they leave the club, they're finna step in a vet, bro. They're finna
mm-hmm.
step in a Rolls Royce, or they're finna step in this 80,000, $100,000 car. Like I ain't shit, bro. Like, you know what I
Mm,
mean. But it's good to have the ego, but you don't let it get to you, bro. Like ever.
mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't be ego driven for sure, man. But I know we've been going for an hour and 20. That's already flew, man. The last question I
Are
asked
you
before,
serious?
I'm trying to tell you, bro, flies on here. But the last
Yeah.
thing I'll ask you, man, before we wrap things up, I try to ask it on every pod. Sometimes I forget. That's on me. But who do you want to be tomorrow, man? Beyond like all the future goals and aspirations and things that you visualize yourself doing, just as a person, who do you want to be tomorrow?
Do you mean that as in like somebody that, not that I idolize, but somebody that I know that I want to be like, or like do you mean like as internally, who do I want to be? Like how can I
Yeah.
change? Like,
Just internally, man. Like, what are some things that you want to grow on, like on yourself, and like, who do you want to be just tomorrow? How can you be better?
um, I think like it's kind of hard. I'd say like, I'm trying to think, cause
Yeah, take
bro,
your time,
there's
bro.
always
Mm.
there's always time. You know what I mean? Where you have to. There's always room for improvement. You know.
Yeah.
I think balance, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
I prioritize. Okay, actually, this is a good one. I think more balance because it's getting to a point where like I'll say this about myself. I don't prioritize, but I invest more time into learning about finances now, at least, than getting into religion. So I
Mm.
think I need to be more of a balanced person because like what I wake up and do, I'm like finances, finances. How do I get out of this 9 to 5 rat race? But it's like, bro, you need to make time for God, bro, because that's the main thing, the main reason why you're here. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And I think like being more of a balanced person is gonna get you far in life because you can't be like some greedy, janky business dude. You know what I mean? Like you
Mm-hmm.
have to be more balanced. You know what I mean? And I think me. I mean, I'm already like pretty religious, but I think have being a more balanced man is would be key.
That's good, man. That's good to hear, and I think that's a very important key. I didn't mean to stump you, man. That sounded like one of them interview questions, dog. That's where they get you.
Nah,
But,
facts.
no, I mean, that's a really good key, bro. Balance and moving forward. Um, Man, I appreciate you coming on, and I hope we can run it back for sure. We both got some time.
For sure.
Um, but yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on here. Appreciate everybody tuning in, watching thus far. If you guys haven't checked out the first episode, I really appreciate it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you guys feel it. I will be putting this on Instagram. Is there anything you want in the description or anything in the future that you want to shout out or anything in general to say to the people?
I think just I mentioned this in the part one, bro. What I could give to you guys is fall in love with improving. That
Mm-hmm.
like that's the main thing, bro. Like you have to fall in love with improving yourself, bro. Fall in love with getting better. Fall in love with evolving. You know what I mean? And just how you can like how I imagine it is there's a person there's two of me. One person is super wealthy, very fit, very determined, driven, all of that, best attributes ever. And I'm me right now. Like, bro, I want to right. Like, would you wouldn't want to meet that person? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like you should always have something that drives you. And I think me picturing myself with all of those attributes is pretty good. So always fall in love with improving and keeping God close.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it right there. And I guess to piggyback that to wrap things up, officially wrap things up, would be
Yeah.
find your purpose, man. Find your purpose and find what makes you happy, and just chase it. Whatever it is, man. Whether it's flipping bags at HEB or genuinely just whatever it could be. I don't know what's going on in y'all's lives, but just find your purpose, chase it, man, and just love what you do. And just let everything else work out and chase God, grow your relationship, and yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much everything. Again, we appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. This has been Drew's Projects episode, whatever it is, probably 8 at this point, but I'll see you on the next one.